Hello and welcome back to Slice and Dice. Doing a little extra recording today. I'm getting a little bit ahead on the recordings. No reason, just kind of in the mood. Playing Slice and Dice is fun. That's all. Did I play 2 runs today? I don't actually remember. I don't think I did. Anyway, let's get to it, shall we? I'm on a 55 right now. Let's run it up. Oh my. All item martyr. That does not sound very good. All item martyr on clumsy, anyone? I think that's not very playable. I think monster left is a little too variable. 1 of every 3 max HP starts empty is very insidious. This is a lot worse than it seems, and I don't really like fewer reroll. This is a tough one though, because this is not a set of like death curses, so I can just roll into something really horrific here. And it almost makes me wonder if I should settle, but I don't think I will. I think I will reroll this. Yeah, and we got something good. Very nice. Oh, let's check this Armon. He's not backline, so he just does 5 damage or 2 damage or 1 damage weaken. I think that a 6 HP enemy that just swings 5s is going to actually cause a lot of problems at the start of the run. If we didn't have Alloy, although I have Hoarder, Healer, Cultist, Thief, which I would consider to be 4 of the better starting characters. But to counter that, I have the worst starting character, and potentially the worst character, period, which is Alloy. And it leads me to want to pick early curses. I think both of these are fine. I'm going to go with, this is like the unknown, and this is the devil you know. I will be taking -2 max mana. I saw someone in my Discord said they think archery training is very easy, but I did have a run on stream very recently that almost died to archery training. There's a fight out there, which is like in the mid to late game. It's around like the 14th fight, somewhere in that range, which is like 2 snipers, a troll, and a chomp, or it might have been 2 snipers, a cyclops, and a chomp. It's something like that. And that fight is really hard to not just get wiped on with archery training. Without archery training, it's okay, but I think -2 max mana is perfectly fine. Just wanted to give my thought there on that one. And yeah, I'm still having a great time playing Slice and Dice. I know I said I was potentially going to end the series. I'm not going to end the series, I think, for a while still. But I am going to explore playing other games because it's fun, and people are liking Shogun Showdown too. I'm liking Shogun Showdown. Having the variety is very nice. Let's take the upgrade first. I'll go Juggler. This is a close one. I think Sparky is very good, just baseline, but I would rather play Juggler over Thief. I think Cultist is really good. Both of these characters are good, so we're just replacing whoever's more bad, and that is Thief, in my opinion. Dude, I saw another thing posted in my Discord today. By the way, join the Discord, link in the description. Tons of people talking about it. I'm staggered by how many people talk about Slice and Dice in the Discord. But someone posted, I don't remember who it was, posted their tier 1 curse item, which was, it was Brittle, which is must be equipped, but it was fucking combined with Scoundrel Stash, so, and can only be equipped to Scoundrel, which just soft locks you. Just a funny little random curse thing that I saw. Random tier 1 curse that just hard locks you out of playing the game. When you get right down to it, by the way, Heavy Dice 4 is probably the easiest tier 1 curse that they will show me. Slippery Dice 3 is also on the list for easy. So I'm looking for those, pretty much. Juggler, no. Good job, Juggler. We'll kill the rat. It's good to just kill the rat when you can, in my opinion. And we want to keep Juggler's health up, because Juggler can juggle herself very easily. We're under no pressure, we're under no threat. It feels like there's something because I was thinking about the... Oh my god, Juggler, please. I was thinking about the... Oh, Juggler, no fucking way. That is unlikely. I know that people hate Juggler sometimes. Like, I've seen the Juggler haters talk about how Juggler just does that sometimes, and it's true, it does happen sometimes. It's just hope your run... If your run is so bad that that kills you, something else was probably going wrong. But that is, out of our last 7 rolls, that is 6 Caltrops or X's, which is quite ugly, I must say. But that's okay, Juggler, you're just powering up. I was saying something else, but I got interrupted by Juggler there. I don't know what I was saying. I like Scar a lot as a tier 1. Doomblade, Scar. I think Scar is really good, especially with healer. Oh, I was talking about easy curses. I think that heavy dice, slippery dice, things like that are pretty much the free ones. Slow spells is also free. Slow spells only has a negative impact on one character. The character that doesn't like slow spells is Wizard, because Wizards got one of the low impact spells. I don't mind playing slow spells. I think it's very unlikely that it will end up mattering. It's like, slow spells is a curse that I think is unfun, but is good. That's how I look at it. I don't like playing slow spells. I think it's very boring because it cuts off a lot of really cool lines. A lot of the fun stuff that you would get to do is just out of the question because slow spells just walls you out. But it's fine. Oh man. That is not a pick I want to see. Whirl versus Jester. Okay. It's an interesting one because you may remember a few episodes ago I was carried by Whirl. He basically saved my life. But he mostly saved my life because he hit those threes in good timings. Whirl's biggest attribute is that sometimes he hits the best soldier side, and that ends up being pretty good. I think you're supposed to random here, but it's like sometimes this randoms into Evoker and I'm sad, but I'm gonna take it. Cleric is fine. Honestly, better than fine. Replacing Alloy is best case, for sure. I do not want to play Leadweight. I would much rather play Training. Hero-sized enemies such as Wolf have a left side equal to 6. This is mostly a problem in the mid-game, but our mid-game looks pretty stable. You should juggle yourself. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Juggler. That's crazy. That's just absolutely unbelievable how many juggles we've lost. I'm just gonna burst healer and chill. Exerting right away is a little suspicious, but I don't know. It's whatever. But yeah, our mid game is fairly unlocked because of Juggler, even though she has whiffed an unfortunate number of rolls. And then she pumped all her damage into the rat. Even still, I believe in Juggler. Well, more accurately, I believe in Hoarder here. But I think Juggler, look, you can't let bad luck. If you want to be like, you can tilt and play however you want, right? I want you to start with that. But if you want to try to put a serious win streak forward, you can't let a sequence of bad luck tilt your opinion of a character. That's probably the hardest part of this game. I'm down to play foil. Scar M2 is cool, but I already have Scar 1. I don't need Scar 2. The value of Scar is that it gives you your red something to do if you have a healing based red. So like if I play Disciple from this position and I roll double heal, double heal, double heal, which is going to happen sometimes, it's not a wasted turn. And that's really, really good. It especially becomes better once we get a tier 3 red who always has healing built into their mana gain. Well, most of them do. So that's why Scar is good, but I don't need a second Scar. I already have one for that. You don't need another one. I'm down to play foil here because foil stops Juggler from rolling this Caltrop, which means that I get to be more aggressive with Juggler's roll downs, which is very nice. Like, I don't have to think about keeping this one, for example. I'll take that 2 cleanse. That snake is hitting a 3. That's weird. Someone should talk to that guy and tell him not to do that shit to me. I don't think he knows who I am. Do you have it? No, you don't have it. I've run through it before on training, by the way, and it comes out to be basically just a net negative across the board. There's no enemy that gets worse because of it. God, what the hell? It's a loud plane going overhead. I don't know what that picked up. Sorry. Brute is a good take here. But if you want to do it, you can go in and run the numbers for yourself. Go look at all of these units and look at their base sides and think about what if they have a 6 damage, right? The only character who is like... actually, no, I don't think any of them are worse. I guess Saber. No, Saber is worse too. I'd rather have that. Yeah, no, they're all worse with training. I guess, no, even Fnatic. 6 damage is much worse than what Fnatic normally is doing. Yeah, I said I wasn't going to do it, but then I just did it to prove it to myself. Yeah, so training is a net negative curse, but it doesn't matter because towards the end of the game, all of those enemies are gone anyway. Now, I know what I've said in the past about Juggler, where you just always lock the 2, but now that we have her Caltrop covered, I'm a little more down to roll. Self-cleanse to the left side. 1 damage to all heroes and monsters cooldown. I do not want to play burn, but it's not terrible in the mid game. And I think I'd just rather take 2/2s. I'd rather take 2/2s. Bowl, coin, kilt. Well, bowl coin is unplayable, but kilt is very good. Kilt is an extremely good tier 2. Very high value. Because now I get to always roll juggler all the way down with this setup. There's no fear. Like 2 damage is your worst outcome. That's good. I think in this spot you want to lock the 2 though. Because sometimes you roll 1 and that's a net loss, which we don't want to take. I'll cut cleric for the stun. I'm just going to focus fire the Cyclops. I think that even though the militia is scary, Cyclops, you have to kill Cyclops. That's just kind of how the fight goes. Any fight where Cyclops is out in the field, as soon as you break the stun HP, you just have to send it into him. You can't let that guy live. Herbalist Seer. This is an interesting choice because there's something important to remember here. Very important to remember is that I took slow spells. Seer doesn't love slow spells, but you can just kind of convert his 3 mana into instant value. Herbalist also doesn't like slow spells, and I think I would play a little bit more preferable towards Seer here as a result. And I'm just gonna convert him into like an instant burst. 3 mana stick is a tier 3 side. That's a very good side. Fair enough, I'll take the 2. You might die here, Cleric. That's my B. No reason to let my Cleric die like that. Although, you know, I'm not sure if I actually could have done anything, now that I'm thinking about it. I'd have to look this one over. It's okay, sometimes you die to Bell. That's just kind of the fight. But, like, I think there might have been something I could have done there. I'd have to look at it again a little closer. I can't imagine that I rerolled healer's mana. It's probably just unlucky. Sometimes it's like that, is the other thought that I can have there. I don't know, it's not a big deal. Natural red flag. Natural's good. I think red flag is whatever. Natural's a little better. It's just nice insurance so that what we just watched never happens again. It plays well on a lot of the tier 3 blues as well, like Warlock is much better if you have natural. Oh my god, please, like what is going on here with these X's though? This shit's crazy. Am I gonna lose my healer here? No, okay. It's hard to stay alive, I don't know. These guys are putting out a lot of damage. This is the Cleric diff. Cleric is not very good at keeping your team alive. Cleric really wants you to have something that you're scaling with, like a blue that really wants Cleric. But obviously I couldn't get a blue that wants Cleric here because I just randomed into Cleric. It wasn't a choice. Should pay 2 mana to save. Yeah, okay. Priestess Enchanter. I've seen Herbalist and that's it. Priestess Enchanter is not great. But if I'm having trouble keeping my team alive and I don't really want to be spending mana on spells, I think you can play Priestess. Heal 4 Vitality is good. I'm willing. I think it's okay for Priestess here. Because Heal 4 Vitality is quite good. I'm always going to lock 2 mana from Seer as well. We can take the Cleanse for Brute because I'm never killing this. 2 damage self-shield, and I think we want to just go for whoever's ending on the lowest HP here. That's a healing plan. It's all good. We just focus fire the ghost. I don't have a way to kill the zombies, but the zombies aren't really all that threatening. Oh, and lowest HP there was actually Priestess. Interesting. Okay. 3 damage heavy is fine. I'm just gonna pop the ghost. But in this position I should probably heal Priestess because she's the lowest HP unit. And I'm kind of down to just light for the 1 shield here. It's not too bad. We can go toe-to-toe with these zombies. I think our team is pretty strong at just taking long fights. Of note here as well is that locking this with the rerolls left might be wrong if these are not gone. These being the 3 single uses. So here's the thought, right? These 2 mana sides are better than Seer's 1 mana growth until you roll the growth the 3rd time. Because the first time you roll growth you get 1, second time you roll growth you get 2, so you're at 3 total mana. 2 rolls of the 2 is worth 4 mana. So in fights like that are not gonna go long, I think there's no reason. Nunchaku is pretty good. I'm gonna go Nunchaku here. Why is it Nunchaku and not Salve? Well, Salve just doesn't play well with slow spells. And I have a little bit of value out of Nunchaku. This is a hell no. Absolutely do not add a Fanatic to this fight. We can put Scar on Priestess, who will get some value out of it, and we get a little bit of slow or single use value. It's just going towards mana, which is icky. But again, very important to remember, not necessarily all that bad, it's just like sad. That's how I would consider this position. Not really bad, just a shame. Because I'm going to make 8 mana and I'm going to get my slow spells value, but in a slightly different world, I would just be foretelling here. Alas. 6 damage from Fanatic is gross. You could just kill him. I cannot quite kill the Spiker. I would rather drop the Spiker low, I'm pretty sure, and then just use Light here. And we put in 2 foretells so that I always have the mana to kill the Spiker on this turn now. It's just gonna make it a lot easier to not have my juggler juggle herself here. Down to put 1 into a Prey. I have 3 spells left. I can get a Prey on the juggler actually too. That's all my spells. No big deal. I don't have to care about that mana. It's like it was a conscious decision. Brute Degenerated? No. Sharp Shot or Poet? I think Poet is the best guy, but he's not super good with our Curse loadout. He's still really good. And if I let my Sharp Shot get possessed, I mean, Poet isn't an offensive powerhouse or anything though. I think Sharp Shot is just kind of too weak, considering I don't want to play super hard into mana unless I see Warlock. I'm good to play Juggler, and then I just do like... I guess like that. Can't bowl you. She's just gonna sit here and juggle us a little bit. That's okay. Do like Foil Kilt on Priestess, I guess. I don't think so though. I think I'd rather kill Poet. I'm gonna close my window. There's just too much ambient noise outside today. I am good to send it. Juggler shouldn't cause me trouble, but getting through Wendigo is a little scary. This will be a 5 shield for Priestess, which is fine. 2 damage self-shield. If Brute is the consistent king here, he'll keep us going. And I don't mind spending a little bit. You should put this 1 damage into Seer. We want to try to avoid giving too many of our units damage taken for Wendigo's Eliminate. I have 4 mana here, which I can use to put 4 damage into Wendigo. I'll lock this. I'm at... Remember, my maximum amount of mana damage is 8. So if I want to kill this guy, which I do wish to kill this guy, one heal mana gain's no good. Good charge shield at least. I do have to go like burst. I'm gonna go burst, pray, foretell here. That'll put me at 4 mana, and again, still 3 damage away from killing Wendigo. There's a small chance. You know what? Actually, I don't love this. I want 1 burst on Poet. I'm gonna do it like this. Because there's a chance here that the Juggler kills my Poet, which would put me in a bad spot overall. Unfortunate though that my Brute is kind of choking here at the finish line. There it is. Hey, what do you know? Look at that. You may think I was being a little overly cautious, but it turns out I was justified. Well, Juggler. I didn't need to pray there though, is the thing. That's okay though. It works out just fine. It's good to cover that sort of situation because it doesn't cost me anything to be immune to that, right? It doesn't hurt me to set that up. Hourglass is pretty good. I think a turn 1 +1 to all sides is pretty strong. I am down to play that. I think Tooth Necklace is whatever. I'd Cruel to the left 2 sides is whatever. I go Hourglass. And we just go like thus. And on turn 1 you'll have a bunch of 3s and 2 cantrips. 3s and 2s. More thing. I don't have anything for Nunchaku right now. It doesn't need to do anything right now. I guess I could play like... it's not worth it. I'd rather not put chain on Juggler's cantrips or anything like that. Grrr. 3 damage heavy is a waste because it's going to hit into an ogre I don't want to hit into. Hope I don't get punished. Okay. I was a little greedy there in my rerolling. I think maybe you just settle for the 3. But I wanted more. No clinks or anything, we just kill the ogre that we started on. Normally we would kill the snakes here, but yeah. Not on the docket. It wasn't possible. One thing I need to work on, someone pointed this out to me in the comments. I do save first and then kill the enemies, which leads me to sometimes wasting shields, which is something that I really need to be on the lookout for. Obviously doesn't matter here, but sometimes, like in that last round, in round 1, I shielded Priestess and then killed part of what was killing her. So maybe it was worth it to move the shield. I looked and it didn't look like it was worth it to move the shield, but I'm not 100% certain. Go Foretell here. You know, I could just burst him. It's fine. I'd rather not waste the mana because he's already dead. Get out of here, Ogre. Barbarian, Agent. This is basically the 2 best things you could show me. I think Agent is better than Barbarian. At this point in time, at this point in Slice and Dice's life cycle, I'm pretty sure I'd rather play Agent here because I have Hourglass. And I have a way to cover up this X. I think it's an Agent play. Let's go Hourglass and Kilt. And that is quite good. There's a lot of good yellows. I think Agent is like a very easy pick for the best orange though. Because any sort of +1 now in this run is just a wrap. What are these? Uppercut, Hypnotize. Oh, Hypnotize is crazy. Set target's damage size to 0 this turn is what that keyword says. That one's nutty. Heavy damage has to go to the demon, and this is 11 out of 12. I think I'm more interested in rolling to kill the carrier and looking for a 4 on Priestess. That's the carrier dead. I could stun the Knoll. If the carrier's dead, then I don't need this shield, but since I locked the shield, maybe I kill the other carrier as a result. Let's see what the last roll is. I think what we'll find is that it's pretty good to leave the carriers alive, actually, and let the poison tick them. I'm gonna send the last one to Demon. I think this is what we're gonna find to be pretty good here. We have both carriers relatively close to dead, within striking distance, I would say. So if one of them does something particularly bad, I can kill it. We have a nice Bloodlust setup in case I shift her into Bloodlust. Of course that's something I was thinking about. Are you kidding me? You think I wasn't prepared for the Shifter Bloodlust Agent play? You gotta expect the unexpectable. Okay, I'm gonna kill this guy, I'm gonna kill this guy, and we're gonna look a little closer at what we want to do. I think it's gonna be shield here. And just foretelling is fine, because we can bank a clink for Agent to do 8 off of. Sounds fine. Don't mind if I do. I'll say it. In this position, this is probably one of the only times that you could say it, but this is an okay place to play Ace. Boosting Agent is one of the only characters who wants it really bad. Steal to the middle side. It's not bad. It gives us this, like, win condition. Eventually I hit the quad use steal side and win out. I think Flute is really hard to pass, though. But the problem is, who would hold Flute? Who's rolling down for that? I'm gonna lean towards the anvil, steal to the middle side. We'll go this way. Because I just think that it's more likely that I win out. What the hell? One sec, I'll pause. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go like, you know, I'm just gonna close Firefox. I probably have a tab open that just played a sound. Ding ding. You know what I'll do? I'll go in on, I'll go in post and I'll just silence, or I'll turn that down. Because if I silence it now, you're gonna go, what the fuck's this guy talking about? I don't want you to think I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. I had a lot of tabs open though. These are all fine. I could roll a little bit, but I think it's risky. I need to actually take the time to figure out what I'm looking at here. That looks okay. But I don't need Priestess to be on 1 mana. Hold on, let me look again. What if I don't play 2 to all shield? What happens if I miss? Well, I'll never miss, so 2 to all shield is my worst roll, for sure. So while this is good, we can roll these 2 for better. Yeah, heal 4, and 2 mana is actually really interesting, because now I can clink. Get a little refund. You can go boom, 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 or like this, I guess. It's not actually that interesting, it's just 1 hit through on the slate. That's all. And then, you know, Agent versus Slates, it's a good matchup. Hopefully. Agent? Ooh, scared me there. Got me thinking it was gonna be a little dire, huh? It's okay, Brute's also here to clutch. Sorry, my fault. This doesn't matter. I don't need to move my shields around or anything, it's over. Good foretell there, he's gone. Thrantis, sure. Which wizard? Now I said wizard is bad. Wizard is good here with Agent, because perma boost. But the problem with that thought is that you have to roll perma boost. Not super good. In fact, quite challenging. And he's bad for making mana for Poet, so I think wizard is not the play. I'm okay to play witch here. She's fine. And here's what you want to do. If you're in this position and you're thinking random, you want to think this thought. What's the worst thing I could random into here? Ask yourself that question. I think there's an easy answer to that question. If you look through all of our items and everything we have here, there's a very strong, very obvious pick for worst possible random. Do you have it? Do you have your pick? It is... No, it's not Ace. It's not Ghast either, because you can't... Don't think I'm going to get you with that. It's not Forsaken. It is Eccentric. The worst thing we can roll here is almost always going to be Eccentric. He is a just absolute dead weight to the team. He has nothing good going for him. And when you weigh it as Witch versus Eccentric, I think there is no way that you press this random. I would always pick Witch. If this was Witch versus Eccentric, I would always pick Witch. And if you're thinking like, oh, well, there's, you know, however many, like 20, 23 other characters you could roll. It's like a 1 in 24. Yes, I am looking for 99.5% win rate. 1 in 24 chance to be put into a worse position is not worth the gamble. So I will take Witch for those reasons. And we'll put a Scar down on Witch and we'll call it a day. She's also not terrible to hold Kilt. Heal 3 Cleave is good. And she has a boost 1 for Agent, which is also fine if it comes up. Oh, or we can just hit the steel side and then kind of win out. Probably should settle for that stun there, though. We go 7, 14, 11. I am not opposed to just 3v3ing these spiders. I'm down to kill Tarantus right away. Perfectly fine. If it doesn't work out, we just kill the spiders instead, but since he's making spiders, I am down to just kind of launch in there. Mana is fine. Sure. I guess. Kill the one that's poisoning my witch. No real big deal here. These spiders don't even look that scary. They're very low impact if you are alone. It's alarm bells go off in my head there because Tarantus is like I'm gonna trade one of my characters into the boss situation, but you have to trade into Tarantus. There's no counterplay to that situation. Now, first impression, right? Knee-jerk reaction, Iron Blood Pendant, Anvil, instant win the game. That's a lot of eggs in one basket. It's already pretty much over if I hit this quad use steal. So I might prefer to play Poison Dip, and I think I will play Poison Dip here. This is diversifying your win conditions, basically. I'm not all in on Agent, so if I walk in and just like have an irrecoverable snipe on the first turn of the last boss, I'm not just instantly out of the game. That is the main thought. And let's continue. I can use this, but it would be really good to hit that quad use. I'll roll for it. Oh, I can't roll more than 4 at a time. I'll lock the growth. Okay. I'm punished, but like, you know, probably don't do this because it's way too greedy. But if you're just different, it doesn't matter. And I am just different. The rules don't apply to me because I'm just gonna high roll, because I'm better. And that's all that really separates you from me, is that I'm just a high rolling genius. That's what it comes down to. Bash, Sorcerer. I think Bash actually holds Poison Dip fairly well. 5 damage poison is one of the best that you're going to get out of your yellow. I think Sorcerer has an okay case to be made for himself because I can slap Hourglass on him. And then it's almost like he's human on the first turn, and he compounds with my poison game plan. But that's going to leave me with a relatively thin number of characters to go in the yellow slot. I think I will play Sorcerer because he does actually look pretty strong if I go Hourglass, Nunchaku. Or I can go Nunchaku here, Natural here. Both are viable. The Nunchaku just doesn't have much to do right now. That's all. Can run it up like this. I prefer the double cantrip shields, I believe. And then the chain goes on Shifter. Okay. I think it's fine. This is a very suspicious strategy is what I would call it. Also order on my items. What the heck am I doing? Lock the 2 mana. Need to cleanse this poison. I'm gonna double poison Whiz. We're good to roll. Sure. Cleanse goes there, and we just go like poison, poison for the stun. Everything's dying. All good. I'm not dying, but you know, plenty of poison to go around. And now I have multiple lines through to the end of this one, I believe. I think I can just go like this, right? Lethal? Lethal. No reason to fuck around. It's not lethal, there's 2 bones spawning. What the hell am I doing? I didn't even look at what that guy was doing. My fault. It's not gonna kill me or anything. Just silly. Now lethal. Get out of here, bones. Overflowing Chalice, triple Shuriken. I have Nunchaku, so you can run Nunchaku triple Shuriken here. What for? Overflowing Chalice Agent is not a terrible call. I actually kind of like that a lot. I'm down to run this. This is Fizz. Very rare do we see this one. I feel like it's uncommon for some reason. But add Fizz to the 3 right sides, and then triple Shuriken here, or is add Ranged and Chain. I'm actually going to Overflowing Chalice, because you can do this. Don't forget to flip these, and then we could do like a Steel Shield to all, maybe? It's probably this. It's probably Steel Shield, Self-Shield, Brute. That's alright. You can run like triple Shuriken Nunchaku if you have one other cantrip, but it doesn't really pan out, I think. Oh, no. Target loses all keywords this turn. Targets lose all keywords this turn. So I think I can just take his pain of inflict away if I want. Or the cleave goes away and I think it just goes to brute. Does it just go to brute? Let's just go to brute. Cool. We're still gonna roll for the fizz. I have a lot of rerolls settled in. Don't hate the boost. And then I just want to roll for mana here. I mean, you can't do worse than 3 mana, sorcerer. Yeah. It's okay. It's not okay, it's very disgusting of you to play like that. But it's okay. We can do salve up to 6, and then we can go kill 2 demons, looks fine. Still disgusted with his actions, and like, sure, I could undo to fix my shield or whatever, it doesn't matter. Veteran eccentric. Well, veteran is just brute, but better at this point. And I don't think that I want to random this, because I think that veteran is better than captain. I think is how you want to think about this. There are 3 good hits, well, I guess 2 good hits, 1 okay hit. This is also okay, but I would rather go just lock in veteran. Well, how bad is it to roll captain though, really? It's pretty bad because I have no one to hold poison dip. I take veteran. And he holds these items very nicely. He's basically his own guy. He gets to be his own man here. Okay, this is pretty much fine. Assuming that my sorcerer doesn't just choke. Yeah, okay, he's got it. I'm looking for the steel side from veteran, ideally. He might just not find it. Fine, poison's poison. And that was a perfect set of rolls. So we're gonna go 1 clink. Remember, I have 3 spells left after this. So we want one of the spells to be... But actually, I can just go triple burst, can't I? Burst is viable. And now we have 8 damage quad use, which is 6, and then we do 24 plus 8 from poison. Again, could undo and get like 3 more HP on my witch. Doesn't matter, this fight's over. Handled with care. Very good, very good. Go ahead, Archer. Take the shot. Ooh, almost had me. Not bad, not bad. Cool run. I think that the decision-making process is interesting through these runs still. How you go about optimizing is fun. And making sure you don't take an L. What does that put me at? 56 puts me at, I think, 2 away. I'm 5 away from taking 6th place. And 6 away from top 5. Dude, I think this guy's gonna go to 100. It seems he's 91 in a row. I think he's got it. I think I'm gonna have to go to 200 to really put a point out there. Alright, well, hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.